Hey, and we don't have anything in the background right now, which is okay. That's fine. That's cool. We see how it is. So welcome back. Welcome to season 3, 2013. This is Tyman on tap. We have an exciting season for y'all this year. We got some great things. We got a great show lined up for you tonight. New year, new time, or same time, new date. We're a day earlier in the week. You know, now those people that like to go out and party on Thursday nights can still go out and party. And have fun. So now, and there we are. There's Herman Herberts for everybody watching at home. Interesting camera angle we have here, but it works. You can see the floor, see the wires. It's a busy week, busy news week. We got NFL playoffs. We got the inauguration of the president coming up. I think that's maybe before my next show. I'll double check that for you. We have CES in Las Vegas, which is also a very interesting time of the year for tech news. We have the Baseball Hall of Fame. This year they decided not to vote anybody in the Hall of Fame. We'll talk about that a little bit. We'll see what's going on there. We also have tonight some great clips, some great musical guests that we had. We filmed them in Cafe 9 in New Haven, Connecticut. Great little music bar. We got an interview with them. We got some audio clips. If you're watching this live, it's going to be a little rough. It will be edited in post, so it'll be good. We have them. This is a band that I've been trying to get on for a while, and we were fortunate enough they played live. We got a great recording of them. And it just got a lot brighter in here. I'm going to start wearing my sunglasses on this show. That's going to be the new thing for season 3. We also have a bunch of stuff to talk about tonight. We got to get into the new season. Why don't we flash... Oh, wait a second. We're going to flash the call-in number. So if you're watching and you want to give us a call, please call in at 203-265-6310. And it's the same place, same location, Wallingford, just a day early. So if you're watching this and you're like, man, it's Thursday, tomorrow's Friday, tomorrow's not Friday, and today is not Thursday, so you still have another 2 days left in your week. I'm sorry. But yeah, so here's the number. Just call in. Send me a text, tweet at me. You can always tweet at me. I'll respond on air. That's what I do. Respond to tweets live on air. And if you're watching and you want to give us a call, you want to talk about edition of the Quay that we're going to have their great clips tonight, just give me a call and we'll talk about it. So let's go into some news today. Let's talk about the Baseball Hall of Fame. So the Baseball Hall of Fame started in 1936, the votes, and this is the first one since 1930. Or this is the 8th one since 1936 that did not have anybody selected into the Hall of Fame. This is a big deal because this is the steroid era. That did not actually work the way I thought about it. So this is the first. This is the first one from the. This is the first one of the really big steroid users. They had Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, Sammy Sosa, Mike Piazza, of the people who were of the potential steroid users that were not voted in. Actually, Curt Schilling had more votes for the Hall of Fame than Roger Clemens, and I don't think anybody would vote or would say that Roger Clemens is not a better pitcher than Curt Schilling for his career. This is going to draw heavy criticism from a lot of people out there in the world about how fair this voting system is and how this really works and how a trade union of a failing industry, the print journalism, is actually a valid way to actually determine who's a Hall of Famer and who's not a Hall of Famer. And other than that, it's just a lot of questions about should steroid users be in the Hall of Fame, should steroid users not be in the Hall of Fame. Players like Jeff Bagwell or Biggio, who obviously probably never did steroids, had over 3,000 hits, played 3 positions, had 2 different gold gloves at 2 different positions. 3 minutes. We're probably just gonna go to the actually no, at 8:10. We're gonna do an early break tonight, guys, and when we come back from the break, we're gonna have our awesome interview, and they'll probably go back to another break and come back. We want to take your calls in, so if you're going to call in the next 5 minutes, or call in after the video clip comes in. So we're going to do the video clip, we're going to show you the interview, and then we'll go back to talking a little bit, and then go from there. But so this is very interesting stuff that nobody got voted in, and Dale Murphy didn't get elected, and all these guys just fell short. This is a very historic day. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Mike Piazza. Probably in the next couple of years, he probably gets in. He was the highest person voted. Biggio probably gets in the next year or two. It's very hard to say no to somebody with 3,000 hits for forever. Just keep telling them no until at some point they'll eventually say yes. Also, CES. So, watch us for the next year, and we'll go from there. CES is going on right now. It's a big electronics show in Vegas, and it's just a lot of interesting stuff. Some stuff that we saw this year. The world's flattest wristwatch. Some interesting stuff from Samsung. Google Wallet has had a big update. Bill Clinton spoke about Samsung bridging the technology gap between developing countries and the United States. Just try to see stuff that's going on there. A lot of the same stuff every year. There's a lot of small electronic companies putting their stuff out there to see what's going on and try to get people interested in it. They had the Bluetooth key ring where you put on the key ring, and where your phone is, it'll set it off and beep towards it, and it'll tell you where you are, or where your keys are. They have Bluetooth clocks that you just put your phone next to, and you have your clock next to it. It syncs up without anything being plugged in. 3D printers are really big this year. It's a big topic at CES this year. Really cool stuff in that terms of that. There's the Qualcomm mobile generation, which is something really silly marketing promotion that Qualcomm's pulling out on about the how everybody now has a mobile device and where to go from that. And Belkin announced Lego cases, so now you can put your iPhone 5, which I just got yesterday and I already have a scratch on. You can put your iPhone 5 in a brick and look like Legos. Also, will.i.am's photo show camera case showed up there, which is a 14 megapixel camera for your iPhone. Windows trying to get more what's called chips to support itself on. Redbox Instant was there. There's a lot of interesting technology, and it's going on the rest of the week, which is followed by the adult entertainment show. But for the next few days, there's a lot of cool news coming out of there, and we'll have a post-CES wrap-up next week and talk more about that. But, this week, I just want to catch you up on the news, and we're going to go into a PSA now, and when we come back, it'll be about 2 minutes, and when we come back, you'll see some lovely guys talking about their band in New Haven. And so let's go to a PSA. Hold on, I saw some sort of hand signal, but I couldn't see because it was obstructed by the TV. Okay, I still can't see it, but I'm going to just talk for a minute until the PSA comes on. Does talking. Okay, the title went off. We're good? We go to PSA? Let's go to PSA.
Some people might think that Adrian would never be able to go to college like his brother, or achieve his dream of being an actor. We couldn't disagree more. We're the ARC, and we believe everyone should have the opportunity to realize their full potential. The ARC stands up for those in need, advocating for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities.
I want to be a professional actor,
so they can be anything they want to be. If you need help, or if you want to help, visit us at www.thearc.org.
I worry about my boyfriend. One minute he's supportive, the next minute everything is my fault. After he's had too many beers, he gets really angry and I become the target. My best friend, a social worker, told me to try Al-Anon family groups. It was a great relief to hear a new perspective for my problems. Are you troubled by someone's drinking? You might be surprised at what you can learn in an Al-Anon family group meeting from people just like you. Call 1-888-4-AL-ANON or visit alanonfamilygroups.org.
Join us this fall at Step Out, Walk to Stop Diabetes. Bring your friends, family, and coworkers to walk with thousands of people from across the country and help us change the future of diabetes. The money you raise will make a difference. Together, we can stop diabetes, one step at a time. Register today at 1-888-DIABETES or visit diabetes.org/stepout.
Well, hello, folks. My name is Joe Tyman. I'm from Tyman on Tap. We're here live on location at Cafe 9 in New Haven with these fine four gentlemen of I'm not going to mispronounce their names, so why don't you pronounce it? I mispronounce the first word all the time.
The Mendition of the Quay.
Mendition of the Quay. And why don't you just go in order? Start with you, David. Introduce yourself and your instrument you play.
My name is David Elliott. Play guitar. Sing.
Play guitar and sing?
Yes.
Yep. Mike Jackman. I play the drums.
Do you sing at all? No?
No.
Not professionally.
In the shower. In the shower.
In the shower?
Yeah.
Nick Lombardo, also known as Lums. I play the bass and guitar in one song.
At the same time?
No.
Perhaps.
He has the dexterity to do it.
Yeah.
though.
Show us why his last girlfriend broke up with him.
I'm Justin, also known as Elds, and I play various accessories and sing. And on the album, I play the ukulele, though not live.
Not live. All right. So what brings you guys to New Haven tonight? Why are you guys down here tonight? Other than perform and rock to your fans, what brings you to this specific point in the universe?
Well, first of all, we were very excited about appearing on Tyman on Tap.
Yes.
It's a big part of it.
Okay.
Yes.
It's also a large part of just sheer destiny, I think. And also to play with the Suzanne.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
Yes.
So how did you find out about the Suzannes? How did you find out about this band from Japan?
I think they found us.
Yes.
No, the
Fernando
wonderful
Pinto.
booking agent. Yeah,
Yes.
Fernando Pinto.
Fernando Pinto.
Our reputation for playing garage rock tunes has led us to this opening slot for the Suzanne.
Yeah.
So what would you describe your music style as? Because I've heard it as psychedelic rock, I've heard it as garage rock. I haven't heard anything else, but between those two, how do you really describe your music?
It's garage, psych, 60s,
Any surf rock going out, though?
Oh, there's some
Yeah,
surf.
a little bit,
You better
yeah.
believe there's surf.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You better
Yeah,
believe
oh,
there's
yeah.
surf.
Yeah.
The Squamicut Beach was our first real gig, and that was on a nice summer day last summer. And
It was.
Like the opposite of tonight, right?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
This is not
Right.
very cold compared to New Hampshire, though, folks.
It'll be just as garage, though.
I mean, we spent our late teens and early 20s, collecting records. Still do collect records, but exploring the realms of psychedelia and obscure 60s pop and psych albums. And always wanted to do a band, but could never really get it together. And now we have.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are all here.
We're here. Yes, we are here.
As a group of people and as individuals, what are your influences? What drives you guys?
Start with Justin, or
Sure.
Hold on.
round robin? Do a round robin.
Musical influences.
Well, what makes you a psychedelic rocker?
Oh,
What makes you a member of this band?
What makes me a member of this band?
What drives you? What's your soul? food, I guess. I don't know.
Well, I'm friends with Dave Ace, and you know, that's a big part of it.
Oh,
Well, I'm friends with all you guys.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. Big fan of music. Obviously, Tiny Tim, of course, is my favorite singer, and in addition to that, a lot of '60s pop. Donovan, Dylan, Herman's Hermits, whatever else. 1910 Fruit Gum Company. I don't know. We like it all.
Yeah, they're great.
Those are the influences.
Go down the line.
Me as well, like the 60s pop, also the 70s punk scene, like the Ramones. I got that nice hardcore playing with the bass. You'll see that tonight.
I love, obviously, the Beach Boys are one of my biggest influences, one of my favorite bands of all time. I think there's a lot to be said for simplicity and, surf rock. And as far as more recent stuff, I really like Echo and the Bunnymen. I guess that's not too recent, but a little bit more recent than the Beach Boys. And a little bit. All kinds of stuff, and we kind of mix and mash that together, and that kind of creates our live sound.
I dig Herman's Hermits. I dig the Small Faces. I dig the Mystic Astrologic Crystal Band. I dig anything Lee Hazelwood did in the mid-'60s. I dig Gary Lewis and the Playboys.
So, as far as a spiritual inspiration, I look to Grover Cleveland.
Grover Cleveland, the president.
Yes.
And Ron Paul.
I think collectively as a group we all look towards Gary Usher and Kurt Betcher for spiritual guidance.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
No Maharaji or anything like that? Anything like that?
Maharishi?
Maharishi?
Yeah, no.
I mean, a little bit, but
It's pretty psyched.
Every now and then.
Moonies, maybe?
It depends on our mood.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's going on with the Quay? What do you got coming up for us?
We have an EP that we're recording that's going to be released in the summer. This summer on vinyl, of course, only. There likely won't be a digital download. That's not really what we're about. But we released our album this year on vinyl, of course.
Yes.
And yeah. And more shows galore. I think.
Oh, yeah.
Currently, we're all the rage at Club Sunkadelica in Malmo, Sweden.
So let's talk about the international market for a second. How are you guys doing in the international market? What are you guys up to?
We're doing well. I mean, I will say there have been some international orders. There are some albums in Sweden. There are some in the UK, and most recently, there's a few copies in Slovenia. At the moment.
Wow.
I think the foreign markets really connect with what we're doing. I think there's always a market for this kind of stuff in America, but particularly overseas, I think they really connect with what we're doing. I think they really get it. They really dig it.
And after tonight, there'll be.
They want to know what smart people in America are doing.
There'll be some copies in Japan, hopefully, after tonight. Hopefully, we can send some back with the Suzanne. I hope I'm saying that right.
Yes.
Lovely girls.
Yes.
Yeah. So have you had a chance to interact with the other act tonight?
Yeah, we got a somewhat awkward group photo.
Awkward photos are always good.
But it was good. I don't know if there was a lost in translation thing going on, but I kind of liked it.
It was wonderful. Yes, they're very nice, and they're a great band, and we're really looking forward to seeing them play.
All right. Question I have to ask all our music group. Colonization of other planets. For or against? Non-inhabited other planets for the sustainable for human life.
I think it's going to be the only way any of us are going to escape taxes, so yes.
If they want us on their planet, then I'm all for it. But I don't think we should just be invading other planets without a declaration from Congress.
And spending all this what?
Spending all this money. But if it's a legitimate thing, we can get a space station that Critters or Hellraiser or Leprechaun's not going to invade, then I'm all for it.
Don't forget Jason.
Or Jason.
Or aliens.
Because once you go to space, you jump the shark, right? But
yes.
Mendition's all for it. If we want to do a gig on Mars, they want us, we'll be there.
All right. So what do you have to say to the people of Wallingford that are, at this point, the first time it's going to be shown is going to be at 8 o'clock on Wednesday night, WPA.TV. What do you have to say to these people of Wallingford? What do you want them to know?
Well, first of all, Wallingford is a very historic town for us. In fact, one of our songs, which will be debuting tonight, is set in Wallingford.
Yes, it is.
And that was where we had we rehearsed for our high school band, the New Meek of Smeet Band, which of course is long dissolved. But the three of us were members of that. Mike, of course, has since very much improved the equation.
And while we're on the subject of Wallingford, if I may, I would like to say hi to the Beaumont family over on Maple, right there in the center of town. Bob Beaumont is very influential to our whole. Yeah, he actually appears on our album We told him after we pressed the records that he was on the record. He actually is the first thing you hear on the record and the last thing you hear on the record.
Did he demand any royalties?
Is he
No,
not
he
here
didn't.
tonight?
He's not here tonight, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, but he is around and he's a groovy cat. Bob, we love you.
Hopefully, maybe he can come on my show one day and I can interview him about his influence.
I'm sure he would love.
That would be an event.
Yeah.
All right,
That'd be some interview.
You guys mentioned one thing briefly. You guys know each other since high school. You guys are a high school band performing in Wallingford or practicing in Wallingford of all places.
Yeah.
Yes, well, the three of us have been friends since 2002.
Yes.
And, doing various musical experiments since then.
Awesome.
And I met Mike in college, and
2005.
we fused everything and sort of worked.
We found a kinship in zombies, Romero, and good music. And we liked zombies before Walking Dead and before it was popular kids. So,
And also the zombies before she's not there was in a Tarantino movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
we love the zombies too.
So everyone who's downloaded their "She's Not There" MP3 from Kazaa, please. Jesus.
So you said, are you guys never gonna be on iTunes? Never gonna happen? Maybe.
We've entertained the idea, but for right now, I mean, we prefer physical formats. We like the records. You can't hold a download. If downloads crash, you buy our record. It's cheap, and you'll have it forever. It'll be on this earth, on this planet, until Armageddon, whenever that may be.
All right. So how do people go and buy your album?
The Mendition of the Quay.bigcartel.com, or you can buy it at any of our shows. It's very cheap, and it comes with a CD with it.
Ooh, dual formats.
Yes.
You guys are rocking like the Blu-ray, DVD, digital combo kits.
Essentially.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so on a personal level, you guys are doing any other music by yourselves or without a group? Or are you guys like one shot type of thing? You guys are the group, and when the group separates, you guys do stuff, but when you're together, nothing else matters.
Yeah, I'm in another band called Northern Stone, and we play mainly up in New Hampshire. And we have some originals, but we do a lot of covers. We play the hits.
Musically, I put all my efforts into the Mendition of the Quay. I wouldn't say there would never be a side project, but I love the Mendition of the Quay, and the way it's working for the type of music I write, it fits with our style. So, all my efforts go towards the Quay.
One is enough.
I agree. Yeah, Mendition of the Quay.
All right.
Yeah.
We're all very loyal to each other.
Yeah, we are. All right, so I'm gonna wrap this up now. Just, do you guys have a Facebook, Twitter, YouTube account, something?
All of the above. They're all there.
Tumblr page.
Facebook.com/The Mendition of the Quay. If you like us, we will like you.
Also on Reverb Nation too.
So does somebody operate the Twitter? Do you have official Twitter, verified Twitter?
Yes, we do.
Yes.
That's run by a gentleman known as the Sulky, who's here tonight.
He's also the president of the of our quarterly newsletter, the Quablegram.
And who's vice president of that, Justin?
That would be Evan Miller.
Aha.
Who also has a song about him on our album entitled "Do the Tree Dance."
Ah, one of my favorites.
Yes.
One of my favorites. All right, well, thanks. It's very cold out here. If we're going to pan out and show, we're actually in downtown New Haven. You want to pan it?
Lovely parking lot over here.
So, yeah, we're in the middle of New Haven, right here. It's cold out, and these guys over here are about to perform, so we're going to let them go. You ready to perform?
Let's do it.
And everybody, that was the Quay. Those guys were great. I mean, there's the Beach Boys, and we got Herman's and the Beach Boys. In honor of the band tonight and what they're trying to do and what they're trying to get done. So here's the number here, 203-265-6310. If you want to call in, talk about the Mendition of the Quay. Tell me why you think they're great. Talk about other psychedelic rock bands that you compare them to. Just call in and start talking.
Free Amanda Bynes!
Yeah.
Free her!
Well, that's going to end this week. Oh, we also got to say,
It never ends.
it's also Will Krutsky's last week on the show. He managed to come back for one episode of season 2, and that's going to be the end. Is there anything you want to tell the people of Wallingford, Will Krutsky, before you leave?
That we should all branch out from Wallingford and go to other places, because there's nothing left in Wallingford.
I'm not a local. I came to Wallingford. I came here, and my journeys have taken me to Wallingford. I don't know where they're going to take me next.
Free Amanda Bynes. Long live Amanda Bynes.
Long live Amanda Bynes. Okay. Well, you'll be able to find Will in Denver, Colorado after this, part of the AmeriCorps. So, all right. So, that was great. That was a great interview. They performed with Suzanne's, a Japanese pop rock band, I guess. I'm honest, I didn't hear them. I was left after their show. They went on really super late. They went on after 10 o'clock. They kept pushing it back. It was kind of funny. In the B-roll. I'm going to put together a nice little clip of all the B-roll from this weekend, and we'll put it together, and you'll be able to see it and see what happened. And I'll put it on YouTube, and I'll post it on Facebook and everything. And we have a great, probably half hour of footage of the show. Obviously, time constraints, editing constraints, it would take a long time to capture and render. We've had some technical difficulties today. So I have two great, we're going to do it soon. We're going to have two great MOTQ songs coming up after the break. Or not a break, we're going to go straight into it after I'm done talking here. But we have two great their songs. Like I said, go find them on Facebook, go find them on YouTube, go find them on Pandora, go find them wherever they are. They mention it. I'll make sure I'll put it in the show notes. This is me touching to make sure that was working. Go find this group, download them, listen to them. They're great artists. This is the camera. I'm trying to figure out which camera I'm supposed to be using. I think it's this one. Yeah. So two. Middle. Yes. Okay, I'm on it. I went like this, and I got no response back. But, so I'm on camera 2. But, so, and that was Will Crutzy's fingers. So, so find them. These are great guys. I mean, their vinyl is great. They're supposedly working on an extended play next, I heard. I can't confirm that. If they want to call in and confirm that, or if anybody wants to call in and confirm that, or tweet to me on Facebook about this, tweet to me on Facebook. Yeah, just get in touch with me some way, somehow, and tell me whether or not this is true about them going on, going to make another album. And we just got Alan Billings that's watching in the studio. Alan Billings. But thanks to Alan, we were able to get the footage on. We had some technical difficulties today, but we were able to get you two great songs from them, two high-quality songs. It's going to take up the next about 10 minutes of the show. We have Ship to Shore and Tea Party song. I'm going to play those. You're going to love them. They're great. They're two of their great songs. You're going to be able to see them live and in action. You're going to see them just rock out for the next 10 minutes of my show, and we'll go from there, and we'll see what's up. And so, let's do a favor. Go check these guys out. Find them on Facebook. Go add them. Tell them you saw the show. Let me know you saw the show and you want more bands like this, and I'll keep getting them, and we'll keep getting more local. Well, these people aren't necessarily local. Some of them are. They have a nice, great connection to Wallingford. So, this is kind of a local band for us. And this is just great. Great connection we have here. So I think we're going to go into the next segment and play these two great songs, and call in after these in 203-265-6310 and tell us what you liked about these songs and what you think about the Quay and the Quablegram. You know what? I'll post a link to the Quablegram on YouTube when I post this video. We'll make sure that on this YouTube video, when it goes on YouTube, you have every possible way to get in touch with this band, so you can go buy their album, go listen to their CD, not put it on your computer, because that's not what you're supposed to listen to. You're supposed to put it on vinyl, maybe in your dad's garage, maybe a nice vintage record player that the ones that fold up like a suitcase, and you put the record on there. And
no one owns a record player. Everyone pirates music.
Actually, people own more record players. People listen to music more on record now than they do on CD.
That's a lie.
It's true. People listen to music more on.
That's a lie. How many people do you see walking around with a record player?
How many people do you see walking around with a CD player? No one anymore. They got killed.
How many people do you see with MP3s in their phone?
No, MP3s are more listened to, but records are more listened to CDs now. CDs have fallen off the track. When audiophiles want their records, and if you're an audiophile,
says the guy who has a dock for his iPhone.
Yes, and if I had a better surround sound system, I'd get a record player, but I don't.
All right, that proves the point.
Yes, because I am not rich enough to afford a $1,500 surround system. I do not support vinyls. All right. Well, anyways, on that lovely note, I think we're gonna go into the video if it's ready. Hopefully, it's ready, and I can show you the next. It's ready. Okay, we're gonna go into it right now.
Now on YouTube, if you haven't seen it, you might get a giggle out of it.
Alternative filmmaker Lloyd Kaufman called it the best.
Yeah.
That means anything, yeah.
Moment in time and space. In this dimension.
Find my way, but I know that
that was awesome. So, as you saw, they performed their 2 songs, and the first song is kind of their single. They have a music video of it, which, like people said, like I think Justin mentioned that Lloyd Kaufman said it was genius. Great 2 songs. I think that really sums up the performance of Mendition of the Quay really well. So I mean, I'll put the rest of this up on YouTube. So if you're watching this live, you'll see it'll be shorter. But when I'm gonna get a chance, I'll post 2 videos. One I'm gonna call Mendition of the Quay, the WPAA sessions, and the other one called this episode. And I'll leave it at that, and then people can go do what they want with it. But we're probably gonna go to a PSA break soon and do the last segment, the last 20 minutes, and hopefully you guys call in, and let's talk about this band. Let's call in at 203-265-6310. Let's call in. We're gonna have 20 great minutes to fill up when we get back from the break. We did 2 great segments today. Let's make the third one. Let's make it about you. What you want to talk about Mendition of the Quay. And we'll go from there, just 2 great bands, or 2 great songs by a great band, and they're local enough where we should support them and really go out and buy more of their albums, more of their records. So, follow them on tour, follow them on Facebook, see where they're going. If you're watching this out in San Francisco, it turns out they're going to be in San Francisco next month. I don't know if that's true, so don't quote me on that. But I'll say they're going to be in San Francisco next month. You can go see them in San Francisco because you're catching them now. You can look on their Facebook and find out where they're going next. And help support them, help them get their next album out and going, and have them record more stuff and perform more dates. Hopefully they performed once before at the Cafe 9. Hopefully they perform again at the Cafe 9. And let's go from there and just keep supporting them and keep doing great stuff. So I'm going to read the number one more time, 203-265-6310. And, call in. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about Mendition of the Quay. Why you think they're a great band, and what more do you want to hear from them, and talk about why you want to support them and why they're so great. So, all right. So let's go to that next final PSA break.
International disasters occur frequently. Compared to donated goods, financial donations are the best ways to help disaster victims. Even small cash donations can have a far greater impact. Difficulties in shipping and storing donated goods can sometimes interfere with relief efforts, but relief efforts can purchase exactly what is needed with cash donations. Cash prevents all types of inappropriate giving. Just remember, cash is always best. For more info, go to CIDI.org.
You can't text and pay attention to the world around you, and you definitely can't text and drive. Every year, deaths due to distracted and negligent driving are increasing. In fact, while drunk driving rates have dropped greatly, negligent driving fatalities have skyrocketed. Find out more at negligentdriving.com.
I am Sammy, and I have high cholesterol.
Specifically, Sammy and I have familial hypercholesterolemia, or FH, an inherited genetic disease that causes high cholesterol, often starting in childhood. FH affects more than 600,000 Americans, but often goes undiagnosed, leading to premature heart attack and death. If caught early, FH is treatable. Do you know if high cholesterol runs in your family? See your doctor and get screened. For more information, visit www.learnyourlipids.com.
Hey everybody, so we're back for the last 20 minutes. Call in and talk about this great stuff that we have going on. We covered a lot of stuff. We didn't really cover a lot of stuff. We showed a lot of Mendition of the Quay. They're a good band. So like I said, I can't tell you enough to support them. So, in some interesting news today, we're going to talk about Al Roker. He had an incident at the White House. He had an accident, and he left his underwear in the White House bathroom, and I guess it's created quite a stir. This is kind of big news because Al Roker proceeded to tell everybody about this on the Good Morning America or whatever show he is on. Hold on, I'm pulling up notes on it. He said on his he said on Dateline actually, and he told him about that, and he is actually rather surprised that it became viral, that people were actually talking about this. My question is, why would he mention it in the first place if he was really worried about it getting out and people talking about it? That's the bigger issue involved. He's done a lot of good in terms of weight loss and living a healthy lifestyle. However, he said on today, he said on some NBC show about this, but it's just amazing that he'd get upset that he would say something and then have people talk about it. I guess this is actually big news. Even Brian Williams was talking about it with David Letterman. He made a joke that it was the biggest thing since the Watergate tapes at the White House to ever happen. But yeah, this is this interesting, silly news story that it really got out and was talking to everybody. I think it was in his book that he wrote about it, and he has a long book about how his struggle with weight loss and how he ended up losing 100 pounds after gastric bypass. And there's a lot of noise going on back there, but so it was just an interesting story to tell about Al Roker, and it's really been picked up by a lot of news sources and really running with it. It's just something funny. So all right, so why don't you call in here at 203-265-6310. Call in, give us a call. Talk on Time on Tap. We got 15 more minutes. Let's fill it up with you and your stories. We got another interesting story. So in Virginia, there was a dog, a Labradoodle. Basically got a Labradoodle mixed between a Labrador and a poodle, and the owner gave him a line cut, so he had a big mane and he had a bushy tail. However, the problem was that people mistook it for an actual lion. So he got loose and was running around, and people were calling the cops about this lion. I guess this dog has a big Facebook page and has 2,000 friends or something like that. But he got out and got loose, and the police were trying to track it, and the police didn't want to get too close to it because they assumed it was a lion. They actually called the Virginia Zoo and said, are any of your lions loose? So the Virginia Zoo then proceeded to actually search for their lions and account for them, and they said, yeah, we still have our lions. So that was interesting that the police in this small Virginia town, Hampton Beach, I believe it was, could not tell the difference between a dog and a lion, and actually had to get the zoo involved with this. There's actually, if you go online on pilotonline.com, which is a Virginia news site, they actually have 3 of the 911 calls of people calling in about this lion. The dog's name is actually Charles the Monarch. It it was designed to be like or it was shaven to be like the Old Dominion mascot, which is a lion. So I guess it was a well enough known animal for some people knew who it was, except the police didn't. It was actually in not Hampton Beach. It was in Norfolk, Virginia. One of the calls was, "I'd like to report a lion sighting," and the dispatcher replied, "Say that again." There was a lion that ran across the street, a baby lion. It was about the size of a Labrador Retriever. And then also said, "I don't know if it got away from the zoo." So they recognized it as the size of a Labrador, but they still assumed that it was a lion cub. Not to mention a lion cub with a fully grown mane, which, if you've ever watched the Lion King movies, you know lion cubs do not have fully grown manes. Come on. Just saying. But yeah, this is some interesting news that happened. It's very interesting that they released the 911 calls to the public, so the public can actually see. I think that now the town is feeling a little bit silly that they got the zoo involved. It became national news that there was a lion on the loose in Norfolk, Virginia, when it turned out not to be the case. Other interesting news here from the Newswire. Actually, there's a lot of wildfires in Virginia, which is becoming a huge issue. People are losing their houses and going towards the water, actually, to get away from these wildfires as their houses burn down. It is summertime in Australia because their seasons are reversed, so it's a very, very warm time of the year, very dry in the desert areas. So the fires are becoming a big, big issue in Virginia, or not Virginia, in Virginia and Australia. So yeah, see what's so that's something to keep an eye on. In other news, the Everglades are actually becoming an issue with people dumping their dogs and horses in the Everglades. Pet owners that want to get rid of their pets have been using the Everglades just to let them go and hope for the best. Actually, Channel 6 in South Florida is actually reporting about this. They actually have a actual organization called 100 Plus Abandoned Dogs in the Everglades, which is a organization that's focused on getting the dogs out of the Everglades. The problems with snakes, cars, boats, just to get rid of them. It's interesting. There's actually puppies that they threw away in there. There's a lot of crazy stuff that's happening, and people just getting rid of them. And actually, now there's a big rescue mission to try to get these dogs and find these dogs and get them out of the Everglades, so they actually have a better chance at survival. They are talking about how this is kind of an issue with with people not knowing where to bring their dogs to the shelter and take care of them. Other news, just going to read some news and make a commentary about it. In bad news for college campuses across the country, the first antibiotic-resistant gonorrhea cases have been found in North America, which means that the typical antibiotics will not actually work. So the disease is incurable. they actually did a test, and actually of the 133 people that they tested, 9 of them actually turned out to still have the disease after treatment. But that's pretty interesting. That's what now a lot of our bacteria are becoming germ resistant, and now this is the next one, and this is a sexually transmitted one. So this could be very interesting health issue for this country to deal with if we have crazy and terrible gonorrhea going around and people getting sick from that. We have to pay attention to that. We'll see what that happens. I mean, it was just it's just documented now, so it was kind of a controlled 133 people. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens over the next few years in the in a larger environment, to see how many people are actually be able to be treated and cured for it. And it's interesting to see what happens without the bacteria, without the antibiotics, to see what happens with the disease overall. So as we know, it's the flu out. There's a flu epidemic right now going on. The city of Boston was declared a disaster zone or emergency zone or something in order to get federal aid and more state aid in there to help treat the flu. They actually had an issue with hospitals not having enough hospital beds. I know the state of Connecticut having this issue. So it's kind of been a big disease. I've heard, I don't know if it's true, that the strain is actually in the flu vaccine. Don't hold me to that for fact. I'll try to get better information on that for you guys, so I can actually tell you the truth when I report it. So another thing that happened, Lance Armstrong is going to be on Oprah's Next Chapter, which is an Oprah show she has on her station, and she's going to basically he's going to basically ask for forgiveness, admit that he did steroids, and ask people to forgive him, and hope that people will ignore what happened and just move forward. It's going to be interesting to see what actually happens, see what people do. So let's follow that. I'm going to be following that. I'll follow that for you guys, and I'll keep you up to date. We got 5 more minutes, and we're off the air. And then you have to wait for another week. All right, so going forward, next week we're going to have a new intro. I'm going to take some clips of season, whatever previous season we just did, season 2, put them together, slice them together, have your favorite episodes, put them together and slap them together, and put it in that part where it's video games now, and maybe change some new music for Tyman on Tap. We'll see. We'll see about that. We'll see where that goes. So I just want to thank Will Krutsky. I think he missed 2 or 3 episodes, I think, total. I think 3 episodes since we've been on, which is better than anybody else I have had on the show so far. So he's going to be going. So maybe next year he'll come back. We'll see him again. Maybe he'll do some call-ins from Denver. There's a time change there, but we'll see. So yeah, but it'll be Joe flying solo next Wednesday. So we'll have it'll be just the Joe show by himself. It seems that every season it gets less and less influenced by other people and more just Joe by himself. So we'll see how Joe does on his own next week and weeks going forward. We'll probably do a few more. We'll probably go into to spring and see what happens. This is a big season for me. We got a lot of good stuff planned. I'm going to do more and more music, more and more guests, broach other topics, talk more about food, maybe do some live food demos. We'll see. We'll do whatever you guys want to do because this is your show. And I heard that there might be some cool changes coming forward at the station in terms of technology, and maybe we'll keep you up to date on that and see where it goes in for that. So we got 3 minutes, like 2.5 minutes actually. I think that clock is off by 30 seconds. Probably another minute. We'll go to my end credits, which are my big end credits, and then we'll complete the first episode of season 3. Tell me how you like the new time. I can't do Thursdays anymore. Not at least not for the next 12 more weeks. Maybe after that, we can go do Thursdays again. We'll see how the viewers are and the call-ins are. You know, we went through the whole first episode without any call-ins, which is actually surprising. So next week, I hope I get a lot more call-ins and a lot more people calling in and talking about the show. And tell me what you want. Tell me what you did this weekend. We'll talk about CES. I'll talk more about the Baseball Hall of Fame and see if there's any fallout about that. I have 2 minutes now, so a couple more seconds and we'll go. Will, last time in Wallingford, anything to say? Tell them where to find you on YouTube or anything.
YouTube.com/Will Krutsky. That's WILLKRUDSKI.
We'll put it on the YouTube in the show notes. We'll link to your network, and we'll see. And are you gonna produce anything when you're out in Colorado?
Maybe we'll see. Maybe there'll be some videos on Tyman on tap. Who knows?
Wow, wouldn't always be so lucky. All right, so that's it. So we'll see everybody later. Have a good night. Have a rockin' 2013. This is the second week of 2013. This is the second Wednesday in 2013. We'll go and we'll have a few more Wednesdays. Actually, another 50 Wednesdays left in this year. So there's plenty of episodes for me to shoot. Maybe take some time off, maybe not. We'll see. We'll go from there. So, all right. So everybody have a good night. Have a great week, and I'll see you next week.